Best, as we said, his god is Scylla. His god is Scylla. Don't let him pick it up. We'll see if Randozos ban it out this time. We've got game number 2 coming at you. Randozos on the left, Team Eager on the right.
You say that. This is, right? There's Zeus, right? This is kind of the combination, right? It's Zeus Scylla, it's Naja Awilix, and then it's Sobek Kumba, right? It's like you can't ban out all three.
Right.
You can't pick away all three. And, like, if you give Eager one of their combos, that's their bread and butter at this point in the season.
Randozos going to opt to take out the Zeus, and we'll see if it's the Zeus instead of the Scylla, because these characters, while they're both very good in the hands of Best, they offer two very different things. Scylla, exactly what we saw, just individualized assassination, and it will go, but also Zeus banned out for the area denial that he brings.
This is going to be an Isis, more than likely, unless Eager maybe want to kind of elect to pick it up. They've actually banned out Thor Isis in their past 6 matches, including the game last time. And this is because they want control of that core, right? They want djpernicus, Aror, and TheBest to always have the winning 3v3, and they almost always want the winning 2v2 for at least the first couple minutes with the jungle and mid combination. And I love that style coming out from Eager. It's very unique in that sense.
And also, not for nothing, those two characters, Isis and Thor, offer
the strongest in their positions, basically.
Sure, they also offer specifically some of the best objective, secure, and defense possible. You don't want to aggress on a Gold Fury when there's a Thor in the air, and you don't want to aggress on the enemy's Gold Fury when there's an Isis ult down. And Kevin, you need to be a, what do they call it? Crystal ball? Fortune teller. Call Miss Adanas now.
I was going to say savant and prophet at the same time. A prophet, man. Prophet Adonis.
Sure.
You don't remember that? That's honestly, like, it's just so easy. Like, if you actually look, like, if you're a team and you go and look at all of Eager's picks and bans, it is so easy to tell what they're doing. Because they have, I wouldn't say a single plan, but they have a single idea. Right. And their picks and bans always revolve around the same thing, right? You banned away Best God. But guess what? They take out the Thor Isis, which is the two of the strongest gods in the role for the first 5 minutes, and then they get their bread and butter, Awilix Sobek. Like, every time. Eager are actually one of the only teams that prefer Chaos because they can guarantee the 2 gods that they want in their 3v3 situation.
Exactly. And, you know, when you talk about Eager and their strategy, they know that you're going to ban out 2 gods, so they just have multiple different options in their holsters, so to speak. So you ban out one, you can ban A. You can't ban B, C, D, E, and that's what they have in their pocket. So the Sobek Awilix for maximum displacement. Shout out to the Randozos, though. Classic, what has become a new age classic combo of Medusa Athena.
You know, I still never see it used.
It's great. It's great on paper.
I still never, like, every once in a while you'll get the massive taunt into Petrify, but like 90% of the time it's like it doesn't work, right? Like Odin Zeus, that combo goes off all the time, right? It's cage, ult on top, make sure you place it right. But like Medusa Athena, like, I don't know if teams just like don't want to abuse it as much, or it's just harder to get off. And Eager, they're going to draft Janus as well. So a god that Best can also combo with through space and time, although obviously not an I'm a Monster or a Zeus Lightning ult on top. Still there. And then the Xbalanque. Zapman just wants to survive the lane and use the ult to set up for his core.
And we saw it work last weekend. Xbalanque, the only player to play Xbalanque in the SPL
Xbalanque, the only player to play Xbalanque? Feeling it today. No.
Zapman, yeah, the only player to bring Xbalanque to the SPL.
Pretty sure that's Air Cougar playing for him.
Exactly.
We need to investigate this, admins.
I mean, we make the joke, but the only, you know, Xbalanque is very popular on the Xbox, and Air Cougar specifically plays a boatload of Xbalanque, so, I mean, they're both under the same brand. There's obviously communication. And the Ratatoskr makes a return. That's Divios.
So, there's a conspiracy theory going on right now, right? That Divios only plays gods that start with RA, right?
Like Ra?
Like, well, that's what I'm saying, right? I think we're going to start to see the Ras and the Robs. He's played a single game of Hercules, a single game of Tyr. Everything else has either been Robin or Ratatoskr. He's setting up for the Ras. He wants the Ra back in the solo lane. Also the Rom, although I don't know if I've ever seen Divios play Hunters.
We'll take a look. Take a look at the Randozos lineup. Aduro
be really bad at it.
Playing the Hunter in the mid lane. Now, Yaman is definitely the guy you look towards when it comes to Medusa mid.
Okay.
And I actually really like Medusa mid. I think she brings a lot to the team fights, and rotating to lanes winds up being very fruitful. But Aduro on the Hunters, not saying that he can't do it, but we've seen more mages out of Aduro than anything else.
You know what it is? It's a CC immune ult.
Yep.
That's probably one of the main reasons where if he can read Sobek's dash, he can use Petrify, not only guaranteeing the stun, because what happens is that Sobek will be guaranteed to be looking at him, but also he has that animation where he latches onto you a second because it's a stun and then a knockback.
Right.
It's not just a knockback.
Shout out to Geb.
Shoutouts to Geb. And so if Aduro can time Petrify, he can honestly turn kind of this combination, but it's going to require a lot of his mechanical skill to connect that. The timing has to be absolutely perfect. And if I'm Randozos, if I'm Scary D, right, I am just my finger is on 4 and looking at Aduro like all game.
And also, as a side note, Medusa's passive definitely something to bring up as well. Being able to wiggle out of the way of Aurora's pluck, that is something that you got to think about as well. Superior movement on Medusa, not something that comes up often in conversation, but always comes up in battle.
And a very quick clear for Randozos. Not something that Eager wants. They want to control this. And he's pulling a best, but he's not doing it right. He's just going to sit over there on that hit. So Aduro a little bit scared to get turned on.
If you stand against the wall and you see Skeeledon bring minions towards the wall, and Whalrus picks up Divios in a very close 1v1. If you stand against the wall for those mid-harpies, you'll actually get experience for them.
Yeah, but the difference is that when that happened with Eager, it was actually the best actually stopped Randozos from going over to the other harpies. Instead, Eager go and grab the other harpies, and Aduro's just sitting there instead of actually helping out Skeeledon. But, hey man, Whalrus turning up this match. First blood on Divios, and like I said, I think Eager a little bit cocky against Randozos.
I mean, this is just a different Whalrus that I expected to see, and I can only assume that Eager also expected to see a much less extravagant Whalrus. I mean, historically, he just hasn't played this well and comes up and says, hey, I got a second chance to play in the SPL. That's what's up. I'm going to do it.
I'm excited to see Whalrus here.
Same.
Scary D, I think, from that first game, definitely needs some work on his support, most notably the Athena ult, but that's, like I mentioned, one of the hardest things to kind of get used to.
Well, yeah, because it's all about feel.
Look at this. Oh, beautiful. That was just... That was great from both, right? Skeeledon looking for the sash on Zapman, a very early gank into that dual lane, and then Zapman timing the Rising Jaguar.
There's no ward. That's Aror. So Aror is always facing the camera. Watch the body language of Kumbhakarna as DJ picks up the elementals. Aror is always looking into the jungle. And so Zapman is dealing the damage and looking at the enemy. Aror calls that there's a Najah coming. He's able to wiggle out. Can Scary D wiggle out of this one? Nope. The answer is no. Zapman, Rising Jaguar, picks up the first kill.
Oh, no.
And the first tick of the passive. Might be answered back, but a knockback. Different story. Skeeledon from the backside picks up Zap.
Aror, though, actually going to get turned on. So Eager trying for the 2 for 2. It's going to be 2 for 1, maybe. Unless Aror can get out. No, the acid spray confirms it.
Great shot from Aduro. Beautiful stuff. Able to find the acid spray off of the bank off of the bank target to hit.
So that fight is actually completely worth if Zapman can kill Soul, because he gets 2 stacks on his passive. Unfortunately, though, just off the mark on one of the last auto attacks, Meerkat sneaks out, gets 2 assists to his name. Even though he's down in gold, a lot of that also was first blood onto Zapman.
And that's the rotation prowess that I was talking about when it comes to Medusa. Acid Spray and Petrify both offer lots of AoE damage that can affect a team fight in very, very good ways. So Randozos quickly find themselves up 3 kills to 1 off of a strong rotation of Randozos
mid lane. I like this. You have a lead in the solo. You got a lead because Aduro rotated and found a kill. Skeeledon gets a kill as well. Invade this blue. Nothing Eager can do.
Yeah. Aurora knows about it. He looked at it. He saw it. He's just going to go ahead and give it up. Try to get some farm over there in the mid lane by himself. Not a big deal coming out over there, but Eager now grouped up in their own jungle. Usually we see them grouped up in the enemy jungle.
And Zapman back to farming. And like we said, second time we've seen Xbalanque in the Pro League so far. Both games onto Zapman. And you know, throwing dagger, it gets Xbalanque out of his rough early game. Still one of the hardest hitting hunters come late game. Not only has the bonus 30 power from his passive if he can find himself with 6 kills, but also 50 extra bonus damage on Branching Bolus. Also kind of a double splash, right? You got throwing dagger as well as the Branching Bolus. Divios pretty deep, actually on the wrong side of the map in the rotation coming in from Skeeledon. No dash used yet, and Divios knew. Divios knew it was coming. He's out. He's like, no thank you, I'm done.
Safely gonna ult and land underneath his own towers. Divios. Whalrus gonna elect to dive. Can't find the knockup, but we'll find the rest of the combo. The dash through. Divios heals up a little bit, but Whalrus a little bit miscalculated there. Without the knockup, that was definitely not a kill. Meanwhile, mid lane, Skeeledon picked up a kill with the rings. That's 4 kills on the side of Randozos, 2 of which belong to Skeely.
You know, this is worrying, right? Because this isn't actually the core for Eager failing. Well, I think they did get hurt because they don't have Scylla or Zeus, which is the main mids that they really want to go for. It's Divios getting first blooded by Whalrus, and then Zapman and Aror combining, they get the first blood, but the rotations comes out from Randozos, and they win the overall fight. So right now, it's the side lanes losing for Eager, and their core hasn't been able to get anything rolling just yet, so they're even with Skeeledon and Aduro and Scary D, but this could be bad for Eager.
It could be. It's also the relative strength of the characters. Soul definitely has a much better early game than Xbalanque, even with a throwing dagger. So there's definitely that going on in the long lane. But this 3-man grouping from Randozos on their own buffs, Eager just walked into Randozos jungle the entirety of last game. Not going to happen this time, I think.
It doesn't seem like it. 2,000 or nearly 2,000 gold lead right now for Randozos. 1,580 right now. 1,200 experience as well. And I'm pretty sure I saw Aduro was a level down, so that coming mostly from that solo lane on Whalrus there. And Skeeledon has a level as well. And Divios, once again, forced back, does not have teleport. So Whalrus just trying to put this poke on.
But he's putting a lot of poke on himself, and with djpernicus coming around,
beautiful
knock up, ultimate, gets the quick Athena ult, and Feather Step not enough to kill thanks to Athena's help. Scary D saved the life of the solo lane.
You know, if Whalrus doesn't hit that knock up before Feather Step comes in, I think he's dead there, but really nicely timed from him and Scary D. Much better Athena ult, much better than we had seen so far in this series. And actually going to turn around and find DJ. It's going to be Purification Force, just a cooldown used, and blue buff looking aggressed on by Randozos here. Teleport in from Whalrus. No way DJ gets in here.
Yeah, absolutely not. You throw the bowling ball if you can get close enough, but absolutely not. Randozos very easily can collapse 4-on-1, and that's what they'll do to Aurora. Half HP already. There's a Xbalanque ult to deter the rest of the incursion, and Whalrus now in some trouble. Dash away from Aurora, gets him out of trouble, and
Bluestone.
Down from the sky comes Divios. Not able to find a kill, but Scary D does. DJ toasted. The return kill as Zapman makes the rotation all the way from the left side of the map, taking out Aduro.
Soul is still in mid lane. Zapman, I think, coming off of base there, and a nice turnaround. 2 for 1 in favor of Eager, only losing djpernicus. I'm pretty sure that was to a reach coming out on Athena.
Yeah, it was.
That was a reach kill?
Yep, it was the last hit thanks to a reach kill. And that right there, as you said, Zapman went to base and then came here?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, the reason...
I mean, Soul was nowhere close. I mean, I really hope Meerkat didn't watch Zapman just walk from duo lane to solo and just be like, hey, man, have fun.
Yeah, Randozos, Soul going to be aggressed on as well. There's the slow.
Oh, he's actually turning around. There goes his Corpira reform, but he needs to be careful because if Aurora finds this pluck, I don't see him getting away from it, but it doesn't look like Zapman's very confident in his support.
Well, he knows, it's less that. He knows that DJ is going to be there to pull as well. And that's one of the major things about this Sobek Awilix combo is Sobek flips the character a long ways. And then Awilix pulls the character a longer way. So it looked like Zapman was nowhere near that, but the pluck into the Awilix pull puts the character into Zapman's range, which is kind of crazy to think about.
And now Eager still down about 2,000 gold. No one's looked at Gold Fury just yet here. Whalrus finding first blood, solo kill from him, and now Scary D gonna find a top. There's the Petrify. Purification gonna be used by TheBest, and Aurora gonna time his ultimate as well. That's actually been twice now that Aurora's had very good timing on that lurking in the waters after the taunt comes through before the Petrify can connect. The thing about that combo, and why you don't see it as much, is because you actually have to trust that the taunt is going to connect and that Purification are down. Because the second the taunt is used, if you start your Petrify, because of the wind-up time, they'll actually be able to turn their camera after that taunt ends.
Exactly.
Unless it's like max rank.
Sure. You gotta be ready for it. Randozo is ready for Eager, standing next to the rock. Does get hit by the ultimate out of the best, and DJ takes a big chunk of his HP to just basics from Aduro. So he'll be in a little bit of trouble, but no Gold Fury attempt just yet from the Randozos. Little of a pull from
Is he
the
trying
support,
to counter ward?
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do.
Why is he attacking the Gold Fury? He just took like 30%. He'll be fine though. He has no potions. He has Watcher's Gift. And then Aurora just going to win the counter ward. But now actually aggression on the right-hand side. Divios going to heal up just in time. Honestly, Randozos getting turned on the left-hand side as well. Zapman out-rotating Meerkat once again.
3 kills for Zapman. That's 15 gold.
Maybe
or
if he didn't
15
take that
pound.
damage from Gold Fury. He's just like swinging away at it.
I mean, you joke, but it's very true. Shouts to Divios dying in the tower.
What happened over there? I gotta see that replay at the end of the game. Gold Fury, though, eager making a power play. They're gonna catch Meerkat over the side, and it looks like it was just a bait to kill him. But he should be able to make it out unless DJ finds the knock-up too early.
Oh, hits the knock-up a little bit too early. Meerkat goes ahead and, well, gets out of there, so not quite of a big deal. Sprint is activated, though, so Randozos want to turn this around. There's
Petrify.
the dash, taunt, and
Beautiful.
Petrify. Couple of hits. Meerkat gets the kill on the best. Excellent combination for Randozos.
Skeeledon here as well, but it looks like they're just going to walk away with the one kill. And for those that didn't catch it, it was actually Skeeledon ganking Divios, and he died to tower on purpose, so he wouldn't give up the kill. And now Randozos with that kill on the left-hand side. Divios, no teleport online.
Nope.
They're going to get the first Gold Fury for the second time in a row, but this time they actually have a lead.
4,000 gold of a lead, to be exact or precise. Well, I guess not very precise since I rounded up, but whatever. Deal with it. Randozos up 4K and 2 kills at 10 minutes. This is a very good look for the Clowns.
Divios has been getting bullied. He picked Rat last.
Yes.
And you could see with how aggressive he was at, I believe it was like level 2 or level 3, he thought that he could win this matchup. That was his plan, was to first blood Whalrus, but it was Whalrus who turned it around and so far has been keeping Divios locked under tower. He just gets back to lane, gonna dash forward, but there's almost no way he can live this. Oh, never mind. He barely gets out, and now the turnaround coming from Eager.
Divios might jump back in here. Don't be surprised if the Rat lands on the enemy, especially right here on top. Knock up and a spear hit. djpernicus takes out the Scary D for his first kill of the game.
Scary D rocking 3 deaths right now. This Athena. Oh, and the knock-up onto Whalrus. No ultimate, and this is what Eager's comp is best at. Aror dashes in, even if he misses the charge prey, still knocks the guy up, guaranteed.
And it's enough for Eager to take a look at a tier 1 tower over here. 500 gold inevitably going the way of Eager as well. So that 4,000 gold lead that Randozos had previously gonna start shrinking.
djpernicus waiting around here. No ultimate to his name. Looks like he's just going to focus on this blue buff. The rest of Eager rotated, and they're going to steal it away and start to neutralize that massive lead that Randozos had.
DJ's in some trouble. Gets hit by Skeeledon. Skeeledon has no ultimate available, though.
Yo, he was in the item shop. Teleport coming in from Divios here. DJ getting chased down. Taunt is good. It's going to connect on the shield wall, but the feather step keeps DJ alive. And Divios, the teleport's back in. Skeeledon, he's going to get turned on. No ultimate to get out. But with Meerkat rotating in, he connects and snipes out TJ in the back line.
Excellent feather step. Not able to save the life.
Left-hand side, though. I mean, Zapman, this is the first time that Meerkat was in the fight and Zapman wasn't. And he's going to get a tower for it.
Just swinging. All he's got is a Nickval.
There's no one close. Actually, no one close. This is free.
So all Zapman has is the Nickval, but this is the beauty of Xbalanque. 15 power is I mean it's almost a Nickval, right? Like, and there's a lot of power on that Xbalanque. It's
branching
crazy.
colas as well.
Oh, there's Scary D getting the kill on Divios. Divios not having a good outing this weekend. 3 deaths.
So Eager relying on Zapman to kind of get a tier 2 as well, but they're going to lose a tier 2 on rights, and Meerkat also pressuring the mid. This looks like Eager playing for Randozos right now. I mean, it's just a chess match that they're winning. They will lose 2 towers on the left-hand side, but Randozos still with the lead. DJ.
Wait for
Meerkat just needs to turn around. He'll be fine.
There's the end of the form.
There it is.
Good play from DJ. Well timed, but as you said, just a quick turnaround. Meerkat unafraid.
And Gold Fury going to be spawning here in about 1:50. Randozos is going to take this tier 1 tower in mid. Skeeledon going to tank it up a little bit, allow Meerkat to get a couple autos off, and it's 3,700. So Randozos haven't been able to extend their lead as Zapman was able to split push a couple towers on the left-hand side.
Yeah, big move for Zap over there, getting 2,000 gold for his team in one swing. Not even having to fight for it either.
Randozos looking much better in this match here. It's been a lot of... it's been less of Eager overextending and more about Randozos making plays this time, which looks good. They look solid.
You know, this might be the... I mean, I know we're in week 5 versus week 4, but this might be the calendar week for the number 8 team to pick it up. We saw Hungry for More last week. Like, everything came together for them, and they started playing as a team. Randozos doing the same.
So, I mean, Randozos right now have a lead, and what they want to do is kind of try and abuse the slight lead they have, especially against Divios. I mean, that's the biggest sway, right, is the fact that Whalrus has, I think, a 1,500 directly over Divios, and the Rat really not as impactful with only boots and breastplate, where we have a full Frostbound hammer on Whalrus. And it's like, who is a Randozo shot caller, right? Who's making these decisions to force objectives or how to rotate it properly across the map?
I mean, I'm going to assume it's a Duro. He's always sort of been the
I just don't ever feel like Aduro has been that guy who's able to, like, main shot call.
Well, this is an important shot call in the middle lane as djpernicus picks up Scary D, and Aror thought about looking for more, but unable to really commit to it. Meanwhile, Meerkat taken out. Zapman.
Gets soloed by Zapman.
You got any info on that kill?
That's actually twice now that Zapman has soloed Meerkat in the exact same spot.
Yeah.
In the exact same spot on the map. Right-hand side, though, Divios trying to steal away the blue. He's going to be caught by a couple members of Randozos who pop Sprit and actually move defensively back.
Yeah.
Whalrus is moving forward while Aduro is running away, and they're not going to be able to catch anyone. Knock up, no ultimate, though, for DJ. And now Zapman soloing Meerkat and also soloing the Gold Fury. He needs to be careful, though. It's okay, Zap.
Now that's a Zapman.
But look at this. He's so low. And now this is a chance for Randoza. They could steal this. Whalrus needs to get in there now, though. He can't wait. Gold Fury reset, and Aduro throws a couple shots. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Love that play.
Exactly. Just get off of my objective. Don't take it. That, of course, would have been...
That would have equalized. That would have equalized it.
It would have tied the game, but they would have been within like 1,000 gold. It would have been virtually tied game. So very important for Randozos to make sure that that Gold Fury doesn't go the way of Zapman and Eager.
And Zapman with that solo kill, 4 to his name right now.
Yep.
20 bonus power for those who don't know, because it has been a while since we've seen Xbalanque.
Exactly. Yeah.
He has 6 stacks, and anytime Xbalanque gets a kill, he gets 1 stack of his passive, all worth 5 power. So he can get up to 30 bonus power, and like we said, branching bolas at max rank, also adding 50 damage to your auto attacks, which means Xbalanque late game is one of the hardest swinging single auto attack, right?
Yeah.
Artemis has base crit, and so like the DPS is higher, but in a single auto attack, Xbalanque swinging the most.
Exactly. And, you know, it sounds so basic, but this is something that I always have to remind myself. Maybe I'm the only one, but 30 power sounds like a low number until you realize that, like, 50 is the highest on items. Like, Deathbringer is 50 power. It's a huge number. You're basically an item or a half an item there.
It's about half an item, and now Scaredy plucked back into the team, but pops Shell, and Athena a little bit more tanky this game. Has Sovereignty. There's also not a massive lead on Eager. That Spirit Robe, very helpful there in reducing the damage he took from Eager's combo.
Gold Fury now. Randozos taking a look. Have vision control. Auror's in the area, as is Janus. Well, the entirety of Eager is here and available. 50% on Gold Fury right about now. And Randozos, they got to think about if they want to commit to the fight or the objective. They're going to take the fight, or rather, Eager's going to force it upon them. Adora with the Sank to avoid the damage out of Aror, and the Purification to avoid the displacement out of Aror. Meanwhile, the fight on the backside rages on, and that's a dead Scary D. Best comes through the portal to secure that one, and Skeeledon in some trouble as well, but Whalrus going to show up. And Skeeledon will come down from the sky with his own target, get hit by Best, and down goes the jungler, Zapman with 5.
Meditation coming in, going to keep Eager full health there, and Randozos forced back once again. There's a teleport coming out from Whalrus. He was able to survive. No big baby, but he's going to try and get in here, and he needs to get in here now. He can't waste too long. Best on zone duty. Best knocked up. Whalrus is here, but Eager, they're going to secure it. No Rins plays coming out here in North America.
And there it is. Eager wind up coming within 1,000 gold of Randozos. Tie game. It was a very long time
This
for
should be
Eager
kills.
to find that. DJ dead from the Defender of Olympus.
Divios should be tanky enough, also has Purification, but I think his dash is down. And Meerkat, he just needs to hit one more auto. No, double dashes straight through 2 players. Scary D chasing very deep, but that's a healing Acorn. And now Scary D on the wrong side of the tower by himself once again. Tries to get back to his team. Doesn't look like Eager's going to be able to chase him out, though.
Curious decision coming out from Scary D. Doesn't amount to much of anything, but Eager coming down this mid lane looking for the damage. Aurora thought about it for maybe half of his time traveling down the lane and then said, you know what, I'm just going to keep walking to make sure they do.
If DJ's with him, he maybe goes for something there.
Yeah.
Because DJ was dead.
Zapman's here, though.
Wow, look at the
Full
difference.
swing.
not only in it's the Hunters right now. Look at Zapman, level 19.
Yep.
This is also worrying for me, for Whalrus.
Look at the damage he's doing. This is the Hunter chasing a Vamana. Like, Vamana is just smoked.
Gets soloed by Zapman.
I mean, Zapman on a tear. That's going to cap out the passive for the young Hunter. 30 power in addition to whatever he buys.
Miscommunication once again as Scary D guarantees Zapman's auto attacks onto him by taunting while the rest of his team is running away from djpernicus.
Yeah, Xbalanque.
I mean,
level 20, it's not the god you want to
It's like when they're actually together, Randozos can team fight, but like anything that requires thought past of what's in front of them, the synergy isn't there right now, right? They're already a team at the bottom, and then they've just had so many roster changes that it's hard. And Scary D in the new role, struggling a little bit right now.
Looking for a pluck. Divios already up front. Roar gets the kill onto a Duro, and Zapman just gonna look for the structure damage.
And I mean, Randozos, 4K lead at one point, and I think this is what's late game shot calling, man. It's like they didn't know what to do. They just let Eager do everything they wanted all game.
Well, I mean, you make a mistake in the early game, right? You make the wrong play call in the early game, and you lose a blue buff. You make the wrong play call in the end in the late game, you lose 2 towers of Gold Fury and your dignity, right? Like that's just the difference between, honestly, respawn timers.
That's true.
You got to be careful in the late game.
Whalrus, I started to get into this, but he finds first blood, right, solo, and then still he's not able to keep up the farm. I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but a lot of times when you see a solo laner first blood their opponent, like they lose everything,
Spiral.
right? That's entirely what Randozos should have focused on, especially considering they have an Athena, right? You just put so much pressure on Zapman with the sole Athena, you force Aurora to have to be there. You Athena ult over when you steal those buffs or the fire elementals or the boars or try and gank Divios. And we actually saw them try and gank Divios, but the timing was just off multiple times. Whalrus completely overestimating himself on the dives. And while they forced Divios back, I mean, he was still equal farm to Whalrus somehow.
Well, I mean, the Skeeledon had to spend a lot of time in that dual lane trying to neutralize what Zapman could bring. You want to shut that Xbalanque down early, and honestly, Skeeledon was a little successful over there in the left lane. But as you said, just that the focus on the game that was given. Right, I feel like Randozos came into this game saying, "All right, we're gonna beat up Zapman. Don't let the Xbalanque get to late game." When they were given, though, we should beat up Divios. They played their game plan, not the game they were given.
Right-hand side, though, Whalrus trying to fight DJ, doing a lot of damage, also forcing out that Sanctuary. And Athena pops sprint, good enough to stop Zapman there. And it's going to be Whalrus knocked up. No ultimate used by DJ. I think he was actually a little bit out of range there. The icon appeared for about half a second, and then just DJ was a little bit back. Had to be also, because he was poked. Fire Giant looks like what Eager want to do right now.
Yeah, I almost thought we were going to see the Fire Giant, but Eager,
I think it's a little bit too soon. Right?
Exactly, yeah.
Eager have a 3K lead. Last time they did this, it was a 10K lead, right? Just wait for the next Gold Fury. They finally neutralized the game and have started to pull away a little bit. 2,000 in their favor. Overall, a 6K swing. If we can take a look at the graphs.
Yeah, you see, that's the big swing. 2K is not a large lead, but it's all about the story of how far that Eager has come since about that 12th, 10th minute.
That was 4,500, right?
Yep.
Now 2,500 in favor of Eager.
Yeah.
That's 7,000. Whew.
Very rough. And to be fair, if you're a Randozo fan, you got to be excited about this lineup.
I think there's potential, right? A lot of individual mistakes, but like the guys can fight, right? The clowns can they can brawl. When it comes to not brawling, they're not really doing much right now, but to be fair, they weren't doing it before with a more stable lineup.
Yeah, I mean, real talk, this used to be a clown fiesta, and now it's just not. Now there's some potential here for this team. Gold Fury started up, and then, Eager might have been able to grab it, but decided against it. Just looking for the kills. There's the flip back, and Duro in some trouble. Sank popped, but it'll be the end with djpernicus.
Teleport in from Whalrus as well. Divios actually chasing out Naja on the backside. He's going to come back to this fight, but it's a little bit too late. Whalrus has already turned it around and found Aurora, big baby, with Athena ult on top. It's going to be good enough to reset the fight and find a 1v1. Divios, I don't think he's going to be able to kill Whalrus unless Whalrus decides to stick around, which he does, and he's dead.
Divios fighting Whalrus makes Whalrus stick around, and that allows Eager to come back and try to take advantage of him, but too tanky is the Vamana.
And Skeeledon actually trying to body block a little bit for there. Whalrus barely escaping that. I mean, he was the only one left. The rest of his team was back, and he's still auto-attacking 4 members of Eager there. Red buff going to be stolen away. Athena still in mid, full health. Skeeledon in mid, full health. Eager haven't started Gold Fury yet, and with DJ backing, I think they're going to wait.
Exactly. You know, Whalrus was just sitting there with his team completely gone auto-attacking 4 people.
That's
But
what I'm
they
saying.
were,
It's just the communication. People are on different pages.
No. I'm going to go positive with that one. Because Eager's attacking a Vamana, not a Gold Fury. Keeps them off the objective.
They were very close to killing.
Close, but no cigar.
I bet you, I guarantee you, if they played it perfectly, he would have been dead.
They didn't. They didn't. It doesn't matter what could have, should have, would have happened.
Do you think Whalrus was trying to keep them distracted,
Yes.
or just didn't realize that his team had ran away?
You know, if you asked me that last year, I probably would have said the second one.
Okay.
But with the way that Whalrus has shown up today, not just this game, but last game, Whalrus is playing like a smart guy.
He actually has been playing pretty well.
And it's not just mechanics. Like we said with the kill on the Divios, the knowledge if he doesn't have the. Maybe that wasn't Whalrus. Maybe it was a team call. But he's playing like a smart guy. And I think you have to give credit where credit's due.
Eager, though, find themselves about 3,000 up here. 26 minutes. This was Randozos' game for most of it. You can even see, right? They start off good. Solo first blood by Divios, or excuse me, by Whalrus onto Divios, which is not something anyone in their right minds would have expected. And then slowly they just find wins in fights. They get the first Gold Fury. But ever since 5 minutes ago, it's been Eager all the way, and forcing off a couple members of the Clowns here from Gold Fury. Eager don't want to commit too hard. They still know that this game is not in the bag, and the game's getting so late that everyone's going to be full build. One mistake could spell the end.
Exactly. 3,000 gold. Just 3,000 gold, which is the reason I repeat it. Gold Fury going to be started by Randozos, looking for another objective. Eager on the other side. Pull over the wall. That's going to separate Whalrus from the team. Stutter step, thanks to
Big
Feather
investment,
step.
though.
A lot being dealt to the solo laner, but it will result in a kill. Zapman is unstoppable. The game says it itself. There's a Sanctuary coming out. Scary D in some trouble. We'll ride with Zapman and see how he chases down these kills. Well, he's going to wind up on the wrong side. Skeeledon with a gigantic crit. Huge play from the Najah, but Aror gonna chase it down the jungler, toss up right into the hands of Zapman. Batter up.
And now Best actually portaling through the wall. He's gonna find Meerkat. 2 kills on top of that. It's gonna be a 4-man death for Randozos, 4 for 1 in favor of Eager. And they're like, Gold Fury? No, thank you. We're going straight to the Fire Giant. Scary D gonna have to have the biggest play in his life if Randozos have any hope in this match.
I love how quickly Eager made that choice. That call is made mid-team fight. That call is not made after everybody dies. With the quickness that everybody went back to base and headed across the map, that call was in the midst of that team fight when Best is cleaning up those 2 players. They go for the Fire Giant.
Scary D concedes the Fire Giant. Just going to be farming up in the mid lane. Aurora making sure he has no hope of getting there as well. 18-10. Eager, full grasp of game 2 here. And more than likely, you know, the game is not over, but when it comes to Randozos, what they're weakest at is kind of this late game sense. And
sure.
Early game, it's over.
With that in mind, Eager, hold that thought because I'm going to touch upon gold differential. So Eager's got 66K, Randozos got 59K. You're talking about a 7K difference in a lead. But when it comes down to it, the only people that really aren't in the items look similar, is my point. Randozos can feasibly fight 6-on-5 here. If they fight under the correct Phoenix or they fight under the correct tower, they can give themselves the opportunity to win a team fight. We've seen other teams make that sort of defense. Now, is the Randozos the team to do that? They have to prove that to me before I give them the benefit of the doubt.
Randozos have to kill Zap, right? The only way they come out on top of this is if Skeeledon blink ults Zapman, he doesn't Aegis or Purify in time, and then someone follows up and finishes off Zap before his team can rescue him. Then they can fight, because right now Zapman doing the most damage in the game. He's 9-1-4, he has 30 bonus power on his passive, and he just finished off his build, and he bought Malice on top of his Deathbringer.
The problem with the whole kill Zapman plan is that Zapman is 9-1-4 with the top player damage, and it's not completely due to himself. Aurora, Best, and djpernicus have been peeling like the best of them. Whether it's Feather Step, whatever Sobek button, whatever button Sobek feels like pressing, or the best drop in a portal, Zapman is almost guaranteed an exit thanks to his teammates.
Whalrus caught out in the mid lane. Aurora going to chase him down, and TheBest finishes him off with the ultimate. But 4 ultimates actually expended for Eager. Randozos might have a chance to hold this, but it's going to be Skeeledon portaled. Skeeledon knocked up. Skeeledon finished off by Zapman. 9 kills in a row, 10 kills to his name. If you had any doubt that Zapman was the best hunter in North America, you need to start rethinking it.
Zapman now going to head over to the right side by himself. Skeeledon almost took the life of Zapman last time around. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Focused on the tower this time. Zapman takes out the Phoenix. That is 2 Phoenixes down, only 1 Phoenix up for the Randozos.
They might just end. 2 players still dead. Whalrus, no ult, and actually 3 players dead. That's going to be game, and it's going to be Eager chipping away. There's the purification as Skeeledon tried to do as I said and finish off Zapman there, but
not quite.
He gets low, but that's game. Delayed D aside, 23-10 in kills. Eager making moves for DreamHack. Making moves.
Couple of struggles early on against Randozos, but Eager able to turn it around. 11-1-7. Zapman. I mean, I said it in week 2 before Eager was performing as a team. I said Zapman's back. I'm saying in week 5 now that Eager's performing as a team. Zapman's back.
I mean, you said Zapman was like the worst hunter the other week. I don't know why.
Stop!
I was trying to build him up, and you're just like saying he's an old like Grandpa Zap that he's too old to retire.
No, Grandpa Zap. It was a term of endearment.
Let's take a look at First Blood here shortly. It was Whalrus actually getting the better of Divios. I want to see how this happened. All right, level 1. Okay. Whalrus taking half his life. Divios hits level 2 first. He dashes forward. He dashes forward again. He connects. Oh, but then it's just Whalrus actually backs up and kites. And Divios didn't actually finish off the archers. I don't know if he was hoping to, but Whalrus was out of the range of Divios' archers. And Divios was taking about 2 to 3 shots a pop. Whalrus just backs up. Those Divios can't close the gap because all of his cooldowns are down. And 1 more hit.
You know, something I liked about that Whalrus play, and I know I talked about Whalrus a little bit, but I liked how the couple of dives that we saw, like you said, he was overzealous. The healing Acorn, I think, was underestimated by Whalrus. The Ratatoskr matchup in solo lane is rough, right?
You don't really play against a Ratatoskr too often.
That's my point. Whalrus, after 3, I'd say, overzealous dives, then understood how much healing the Ratatoskr was going to be able to have and was able to better approach how to kill Divios and was successful quite a couple of times too. So hats off to Whalrus and his SPL return. Definitely a big deal, but unfortunately was on the wrong side of the coin this time around. Eager won the game, and a big part of it was TheBest. Just like last time around, Best turned up, not on the 1-2 punch character this time, but more on the, I want to say facilitator, but Best still doing what Best does. 7-1-12, shooting it out the front.
You ban away Zeus, you ban away Scylla, you forgot about Janus, and you can never go wrong. There's a couple gods that it's like, you can simply never go wrong with picking them, and Janus is one of those. It can be used aggressively, defensively. He can one-shot players late game, even if you start to get behind, a ton of base damage. And just really well played from TheBest. Great positioning as always.
What's interesting about Best is, we're sitting here saying Zapman's back. Well, Best is back as well. Both of these players, Zapman and Best, sort of didn't show up in Season 2. They weren't they were famous for their performances in previous years of Smite, right? And then Season 3, they're back with a vengeance. What happened?
Just playing really well. Just seems to be working out for them. Zapman here, 11-1-7 at Xbalanque though, and once he got a lead, he didn't relinquish it. Got not first blood, but he got the first initial kill onto Meerkat. Soloed him twice more, I think, in this matchup. At least he soloed him last matchup and soloed him here as well. We're gonna see it same spot as game 1.
Yeah, right here. Where
he soloed I think he soloed Vamana.
Yeah, where the tier 2 tower used to be. Zapman goes ahead and picks up that character, picks up 1. Not even looking at Skeely, knowing that the Rising Jaguar are going to find the kill. And then there's the hits on Vamana. Zapman is able to deal more damage than Vamana is able to heal up in the ultimate.
And
less Zapman, more Xbalanque, but still, sorry.
Yeah, Skeeledon off the mark there on his ultimate. Not connecting what he needs to, and here his ultimate's down. Great Sanctuary. Going to immune the ultimate coming out from Meerkat as well. And then he just turns around, and this is just the feed him.
See, that's a great hunter. That's a great hunter. You will see, I talk about staying on the outskirts of the fight, knowing just how dangerous you are is very important to a hunter. Zapman gets down to 10% HP, gets forced into the sanctuary. Teammates come and help, right? Zapman doesn't retreat. He stays in the fight.
And then Whalrus there, a little bit of a misplay, actually dashing forward and then canceling it instead of repositioning himself, dashing forward to secure and then back up. A little bit of a greed for the buff. We've seen that a couple times recently. A couple players are like, I think it was Kiki earlier today. Wasn't for a buff, though. Wanted the counter ward after his team had already secured the gold 3. He gets caught. It was EU. It was a Bakasura. Or no, it was in it.
It was
Verizial. It was Verizial, really greedy for that red buff. So a little bit greedy there and pays the price.
Eager takes 2. That's going to extend their win streak to 6 wins in a row. Formerly toppling Soar and Enemy. They're going to go ahead and also do the business to Randozos. Eager find themselves number 2 pretty safely, 8-4. Luminosity and Eager, and Enemy, rather, take the spots below and above them, respectively. Enemy versus Soar is going to be the match coming up next.
That's good.
That one should be really good.
That's going to be a really good match. I'm excited about that. Enemy, I wouldn't say, they've been exposed, but I think Eager really showcasing, if you have a strong early game and don't let the enemy get to their late game where they truly shine, they could be beaten.
I think so. There's a difference between a top team and a premier team. Enemy is a top team. Math shows you as a top team. Where do your wins and losses wind up, right? And premier team is much different. I think that is not just what your win-loss dictates, but how you play and what you've done. And so far, we've seen Enemy take games off of some of the better teams in the league, unable to find the win against Eager. Here up against Soar. If Enemy takes 2 games here against Soar, I am calling them a premier team in North America. I think they're one of the better teams, and I think if they're able to turn up against Soar, they've got something to say.
Well, let's find out if Enemy can do just that. Soar versus Enemy up next.